Hey Fit friends, it's Coach Joy of JoyFitWorld.com. Today I want to talk to you about my post-marathon. Well, this is supposed to be my post-marathon video, all right? But before I jump into that, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button if this is your first time. If this is not, we are Fit friends. Thank you for being here. Please hit thumbs up if you like, thumbs down you don't like, and let me know you were here in the comment section, all right? So let's jump right into it. Now, post-marathon, I was supposed to do a post-marathon video and I kept putting it off. Actually, I didn't really put it off too much. The day of my first full marathon, just to give you a little background, I ran about a week ago and yeah, at least a few days ago. And now I'm doing the video. Hey Fit friends, it's me, Joy Francis of JoyFitWorld.com. I just finished my 5th mile and about to hit the trail. It's a flat trail and it's a 12-mile trail, so I'm gonna do that twice so I could get the 26.2 in. So yeah, so far I'm feeling great. Took a potty break, took a couple seconds, but you know, I guess the anxiousness and all of that. The weather is beautiful, it's really nice. And it's a nice chill but not too cold. Perfect running weather. So see you on the other side. Right after, I was so tired, and I know that's the best time to do it, but I was tired, I was sweaty, there was salt on my face. It's just so much things going on and I didn't want to record. But as time go by and the days go by, I wanted to record it outdoors at least, so you know, to give you that feel. But you're gonna see some clips that I did record. All right. Hey friends, I'm on the 13. Just did 13 miles, so halfway there. Let's see how this is going. Finishing strong. All right. Peace. This is the 6th mile. Wow, my legs feeling tired as hell, but I pushing through. I'm gonna get this last 6 miles, try to get it in 1 hour, hopefully, cross fingers. And so far so good. 20 miles done. Yay. But just to go back to my very first full marathon, and if you know me, you know I love running, and the couple things I want to touch on in this video is this: why I run, why I love to run. 2, if you decide that you want to try out whether you want to do a 5K, 10K, or you want to run your first race, what you should do. And number 3, well, last but number 3 will be how do you train, how do you eat, what you should know, all right, things you should know. So 1, why I run. 2, if you decide you want to run. 3, the things that you should do. All right. Now, why I run. If you know my story, you know I've suffered from childhood sexual abuse. I had PTSD, depression, anxiety, you name it. There was some sort of it in my past. In my present now, I do experience time and again when different situations arise. I may get a little depressed, but it's not as bad as before, where I will go into like a deep rabbit hole. I've had suicidal thoughts. I've actually tried at 2 occasions, one when I was younger, a teen, and then one when one of my brothers got killed. I stood in front well, not in front, but I stood on the platform of one of the New York City train station contemplating suicide. And I just gave you that backstory, and as you know, it might sound really harsh and sad. I just have to tell you that's part of my story. You know, it's part of what makes me really champion for movement and exercise, and you know, really to get your spirit right, because it has helped me in my journey, you know, by moving, seeking help, seeking healing, you know, putting God first, and doing all these things to really become a whole person. Now, hold up. I ain't there yet. I am perfect. I'm still doing therapy after all these years. I'm still in therapy, which is pretty much okay. I used to think it was something that,
it's been 5-6 years and you're still doing therapy. And some people would make the comments like, why do you still need to go to therapy? Every single human being on earth needs to go to therapy, and if not to solve some type of issue, more like a maintenance. That's just my belief. It does really help. I do see my therapist now at least once a month, so it's more of a maintenance, make sure I'm, check up on me, my mental state, and different things. So let's jump. I had to give you that backstory before I jump into why I run. And the why I run, it's because of for my mental health, to keep my sanity. And that is that it's very easy for me, I know, to slip into depression, to slip into that, anxiety and panicky type mode. So for me, I have found this coping mechanism. All right, this has become my coping mechanism. For some people, it's been different things, and I choose movement, and movement really brings a joy. I know my name is Joy, but it does bring a joy to me, a joy to my being, and I love it. Like once I lace up those sneakers and I put boots on the ground and I hit the pavement, it's a wrap. It's just the free road. It's just so many things all in one. The other reason I didn't record this video sooner was just I was processing while I ran my first full marathon. And if you're anywhere on social media or the news, you've heard of the young black man, 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery, who was murdered while running. And even talking about it now, it gets me emotional. There's been countless number of young black men who have been, victimized and murdered and killed for no reason. And I've felt outrage for all of them. But when it came to this one, it was just different for me. And maybe because I'm a runner, maybe because he was running, and it just hit so much more harder. Like it was a blow, especially after running my first full marathon. Now I knew about the story. I don't want to go deep into it, but I knew about the story. I just didn't see the video. And I did see the video was the week after I did my first full, and I was a mess emotionally. And I had to really process that, because I got 2 boys. I have 2 boys who are growing up to be young men, and just the thought, they're athletes, they love running because mommy loves running. Just thinking about that, it was a hard week after the first full marathon. And I don't want to go too much into it, but if you haven't seen or heard, you can Google and find out more of that story. So the why that I run, and again, here comes the causes. Like these causes, I'll run for justice, I'll run for breast cancer, I'll run for mental health, I've run for so many different causes that's near and dear to my heart. And some people might say, well, you're running, what can that do? You can do what you can do within your power, within the power that it's for you to do. Now you can also do different things like volunteering for the organizations and different, whatever tickles your fancy that you can do, but never make anybody feel like you ain't doing enough. All right. For me, in the background, I do a lot of different things. I make phone calls. I'll do all of that if necessary, not just run. So, it's more than that. It's way deeper than that. In addition to that, there's another thing. I don't want to really let the cat out of the bag yet, but I have this nonprofit that I'm working on that helps youth who want to become athletes or who just want to train like athletes. But it's a mentorship program that I've been, rolling out slowly but surely, making sure I get everything concretized, if that's a word, before I, start sharing too much on it. So that's one of the reasons why I run, for my mental health, for my sanity, and for different causes. Number 2, why should you run? Now you're probably saying, Joy, so why I should run a marathon? I don't like running. Now I'm not saying you should run a marathon, but I think at some point you should run some type of race, whether it's a 5K, 10K, even if it's just your own personal thing. This doesn't have to be a race you sign up for, but just to see how your body changes and the development it has in terms of mentally when you train for something like as big as a marathon or a half marathon or even a 10K. Like just the training process takes you to it just takes you to a different place. Now this may not be true for everyone, but guess what? It doesn't hurt to try, does it? All right. So try. It's gonna challenge you. It's gonna challenge you, but it's also gonna help you to grow. And how they say, how we as fitness coach, we know this. In order for muscles to grow, you need to put it under tension. You need to be some pressure going on in order for it to grow. Because when you lift in weights, the muscle rips and then comes back in. Like it's the craziest mind-boggling thing when it comes to science for me, on how the process of building muscle happens. So just even if you just want to challenge yourself and you say, you know what, I'm gonna run my first 5K and that's it, I'm good with that. Try that, just try that. And let me know if you did, or if you are a runner and you love running or you want to get into it. Let me know in the comments. And last but not least is the training. How you should train, why you should train, what you should do. Now, the first and foremost thing I should say is get a coach. And you're probably thinking, oh, because you're a coach, you're saying get a coach. No. When I first started my training, I have runner friends who've run multiple marathons. I have coaching friends who I've talked to before I started training. I am a coach. I know my body. I've been training. Like, I'm a runner. I run all the time. So it was very easy for me to do intermediate to advanced 16-week program, whereas somebody who's a beginner may not be able to do a 16-week program advanced. They will have to scale it down to more of a beginner style. You know what I mean? So do consult first with your physician to make sure you can exercise. And second, consult with a trainer. It doesn't have to be for multiple sessions, just a couple sessions where you get information that's meaty and that you can use to carry out your training, because one of the things you don't want to do is to be injured while training. All right, knock on wood. Well, I clapped, but because I train and I know what to do and how to train, and I've trained athletes, I didn't have any injuries. I mean, beside the normal muscle fatigue, the pains, and just rolling, stretching, and doing, I didn't have an injury per se, like shin splints, and those type of things. That is really crazy. I got a little pain here in my my knee area on the side. I know that's a muscle I need to roll out a little bit more. That's the only thing that I felt from running this race. All right, that's it. So you want to be in that category. You want to be where you don't have a lot of injuries going into this thing. So you want to train right, strength train, flexibility, mobility training, core training, and running. It's not just running, it's 100% running and 100% strength training. Like, you have to put strength training in your routine. Some runners may not do strength training. I don't know how they do it. Maybe they just have natural talent for running, but it's something that I advise that you first speak with a professional, speak with a trainer, somebody who knows something about this thing before you jump into it. In terms of eating and diet, you're probably wondering, what did you eat? I ate a lot of different things, and sometimes we get this idea that if I can work out, I run 7 to 10 miles and I can burn 1,000 to 1,500 calories, that means I can have 2 cheeseburgers with extra portion of fries. Yeah, you can. But if you're running to maintain or keep a certain weight, you don't want to do that. All right, you want to eat healthy. Remember, you want to fuel your body for the runs that you're running. So what I had was a lot of sweet potatoes, cauliflower rice, vegetables, quinoa. Now and again, I have a pizza because I got kids, boys, and pizza is a thing. Sometimes I'll make it for myself, but I rarely have a lot of processed carbs. Now, if I have a big run, I'll eat some, whole grain bread. They say eat pasta and rice, but I'm not a big fan of either of them. So it's how is your lifestyle? What do you eat on a regular? You don't want to tweak and change too much things when it comes to training, because you want to kind of stay in tune with what your lifestyle is. But that is only if your lifestyle is that of a healthy one. Now, if you're not a healthy one, you want to switch it up. And you know, if you're constantly eating cheeseburger every day, I mean, you want to switch it up a little bit. Not saying you can't have it, but you want to fuel your body to move and to run and to sustain. All right, your body, when you're running, your body uses a lot of carbs. The glycogen stores in there, so you want to eat carbs, but you want to eat, you know, as much as you eat maybe the bread and the pizzas, you want to still, as much as you eat the breads and the pizzas, you still want to have some complex carbs in there. Some complex carbs, you know, sweet potatoes, you know the drill. I love quinoa, it's one of my favorites. So you want to have the complex carbs. You want to get protein in there, some good healthy fats. You want to follow some type of plan. You know what I mean? I didn't follow a specific diet plan because I usually eat 90% of the time. I eat healthy. The other 10%, I put in things here and there. So that's it. You know, my first full marathon. This is my post-marathon video. It's long overdue. I mean, I hope it makes sense to you. I hope you got something from it. If you got motivated, maybe to run your first 5K, maybe your first mile, who knows. But let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Thumbs down you don't like it, and let me know in the comments if you are going to run your first race or not. All right, till the next video, peace, love, and fitness.